Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, as well as lifestyle vlogs. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you too can become a socialite. Today's going to be another trying new products video. I've gotten a few things, nothing major, but I've gotten a few things and I kind of want to test them out, see how they work, and also play with some products that I've been using for a few days now. As we move along, comment down below and let me know how you use these products, because some of them I'm trying to figure out. Every single thing that I'm using today will be linked down below in the description box, including the color or shade that I wear, so be sure to check that out. So yeah, if you want to see how I try these new products, then keep on watching. Okay, socialites, so my face is already moisturized with the La Mer soft cream, so I'm going to go in with a new primer, y'all. This is the e.l.f. liquid poreless putty primer. I've heard amazing things about the putty primer, and so now it's in liquid form. And so let's see. So yeah, it is quite liquidy. It doesn't completely run, but it is definitely a liquid. And I do like e.l.f.'s primers. They do a good job on primers, especially for the price. I think some of their primers, not sure how this one will be, but some of their primers are definitely comparable to high end. So once you blend it on the skin, it starts to feel like putty. Very interesting. So it squeezes out as a liquid, and then once it hits the skin, it feels like putty. It's very smoothing and it's slightly blurring. I do like that it blurs. Put some here. Comment down below if you've tried the putty primers from e.l.f., whether it be the one in the pot or whether it be the liquid one. And it's slightly mattifying. The other e.l.f. primer that I use is the Power Grip, and that one has like a little bit of a glow. It leaves a little bit of a glowy sheen to the skin, and this one mattifies, so I can see off the bat that's how it differs. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. This one's in the color 6. And I'm gonna blend this with my Real Techniques 200 brush. This definitely leaves a beautiful glow to the skin. This is a product too that you can actually mix with your foundation, or you can put it on as like a glowy base and put a foundation on top. I wouldn't necessarily use a full coverage foundation on top. If you wanted to use full coverage, I would mix it with it, only because I feel like with any type of a base, if you use a full coverage, you'll cover it all up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go in with the new Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint and just use a little bit of this, about that much. And to highlight, I'm going in with my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. So I'm going in with a new product. This is actually a tool from Real Techniques. So what this is, you guys, is the Miracle 2-in-1 Powder Puff. I saw this on Ulta.com and was like, okay, I want to try this out. It just came out, y'all, like last week. And it's a two-sided sponge. So it has your makeup sponge on this side that you could use your liquid products with. And then when you turn it on this side, it has like the soft side that you can use your powder products with, and then the strap is, you can move the strap to either side so that you can get use out of it. I thought this was so cool, so I'm going to use the side for liquid to go ahead and blend my concealer. And it does say that the liquid side is best used dry. Honestly, I feel like it's giving very surface. It blends really pretty actually, but I guess it's the texture. It just feels like it's sitting on top. I don't feel like I'm working it in. It just feels like it's just kind of sitting on top, but I mean, it's blending. I honestly want to try it wet. They recommend dry. Let me wet the other tip of it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I wetted, and even though I wetted quite a bit and wrung it out, it still didn't seep through to the other side. This is really well made, by the way. So let me try it damp. So I think what the issue is, I'm trying to get the same exact feel that I get to the skin from the Real Techniques blending sponge that I usually use from this, and this is a completely different product. So I guess I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, because I do slightly like the way it looks dry like they recommended, but I like the way it feels on my face dampened like I do their other sponge. One thing I'm noticing is that this does take away quite a bit of the product. The regular Real Technique sponge doesn't do that. So I'm gonna go in and contour. I love this glowy skin, y'all. Love it. So before I go in and set with powders, I'm gonna brush my brows up using the Refi. This is a brow gel, the clear brow sculpt. So I've used this on like my past 2 to 3 tutorials. It's a new product to me. I've been wanting to get it, y'all, for like 6 or 8 months, but I had been using my NYX brow glue, and I said, you know what, let me use that up before I go to this. But I just went ahead and got it because it's given that the NYX one, even though I really like the NYX one, it's really good, no complaints out of it, but it's like I feel like I've been having it for like 6 months and no sign of me using it up. So that's a really good value for the money, especially since I like the product. But the Refi one, I heard great things from one of the socialites, told me months ago to get it. I think a couple of you told me about it, y'all, and this is just the most, this is like using Gots to Be glue or something like that on your brows. It's just, it almost hardens the brows a bit. So when you brush them in place and let it set after a couple seconds, it sets way faster than the NYX one. So once it's set, it's on there. Let me brush it in. The only thing I'll say about this is I feel like powder settles into it in a way where I can see it, and I don't get that with the NYX one. So that's why I'm trying to use it different ways. I'm using it before powder now, because usually I've been using it after I powder my face. So if you use this product, comment down below and let me know how you use it. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like right on top of the brow, it kind of leaves a little messy film type, and I feel like that's what's causing it to disrupt the powder and kind of cause little particles in conjunction with the powder. Maybe the brush is too big. I feel like the product is really great, but maybe if the brush were more tinier than this, then it wouldn't get on the skin and kind of flake up in a sense with the powder. I want to brighten my highlight a little bit more, so I'm going to go in with the Dior Backstage concealer. This one's in the color 4N. I just want to slightly brighten just in the inner corner. So I'm not going to go back in with that sponge because, like I said, it did take away a bit of the product. So I'm just going to use an old Duo Fiber shadow blending brush from MAC. This is the, y'all, I've been having this so long the number came off of it, but I'll link the number to this brush because they still sell it at MAC. I'll put it in the description box. Going back in with the same brush that I used on my foundation, I'm just going to tap in between the highlight and the contour. This is just going to give us more of a smooth transition. Y'all, I do have a video coming up really soon on a few tips to help elevate your makeup look. It's in the details. Tiny details are what elevates. Takes a little bit more time. I'm going to get just a clean disposable mascara wand to see if I can get a little bit of that brow gel that's on the skin, if I could just flake it off first before I do powder. And it flakes off fairly easy. It's not like hard to get off, but once you get the powder in there and it mixes with the powder, that's where the problem comes in at, because it's like you've already set your face, you know? But I love the product so much. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with another product. Now, usually what I do is I would set my face and do my powders, and then I fill in my brows last, but we've been talking about what's going on with this brow gel, so let's switch it up a little bit and fill in the brows first before the powders. So when I did my Target shopping video, click right there if you haven't seen that video of me shopping at Target. I found this Wet n Wild Ultimate retractable brow pencil, and one of the socialites in the comments said that it's actually a good product. But what caught my eye is, I know they have a lot of brow pencils that are shaped like this, not like the skinny tip one, but the one that has like that sort of triangular shape on the tip. I've never bought one like this, even though most brands have these. But when I saw how sharp the shape was in the packaging, I'm like, ooh, that super sharp shape, even though it's in that triangle, that's what caught my eye. So let me go in with this and see what Wet n Wild is giving. I haven't purchased a Wet n Wild product, y'all, and probably, I couldn't even tell you, maybe 10 years or so. I got the color ash brown, so I love the color. It's very natural. So if you're somebody who likes a like a strong brow, you might not vibe with this one, but I'm okay with it. It does feel a bit waxy, and the thing that concerns me about a waxy feel on a brow product is, will this quickly wear off? So I'll have to keep you guys updated on that, but I like how natural it looks. So they would be mowing the lawn. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I like the way this looks, you guys. Honestly, it's very, it gives the appearance of almost like I put a brow powder in my brows, and I like natural. So I'm liking the way this looks. I feel like I can see where my hair stops and then the product starts, just because my brow hair is so much more opaque and just different. So I'm going to take the Profusion Good Brow Day. This is a brow pen, like a felt tip, and just add a few strokes to see if that'll give it a more seamless transition. Okay, so since I had to go back in with that brow pen, I feel like it actually made the head of the brow a little stronger than what I wanted it to be. I'm not quite sure about that Wet n Wild pencil, y'all. To set my under eye, I'm going in with the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in the color Ultra Pink. I'm just gonna clean up my brows a little bit with the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer. This color is 35N. I feel like it's a nice natural looking highlight for under the brows. I'm just gonna do just like an understated eye look because I want to use a bolder lip color today. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury palette for the eyes today, and I'm just going in with this reddish brown color in the crease. And for my top liner, I'm gonna use the Sephora liquid eyeliner. This one's in the color Chocolate. For the waterline, I'm going to use a new product to me. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick in the color Thrift Shop. I saw somebody use this on like a reel or something like that in their waterline, and y'all know I love putting a light color or a nude color in my waterline. I feel like it just opens up my eyes. Thought this was something different, like a khaki type color. This is what it looks like a crayon type situation. I like it. I just feel like I would pair this with like a cool tone look. Like if I would do like cool tone pinks on my eyes, or even like a cool tone brown, I think this would work a little better, but it's still cute. Okay, so I'm going in with a new product. It's not new to me, but it's new. Repurchase alert. The YSL Lash Clash mascara. Unfortunately, it's nothing like it. I cheated on her a little bit and went to the Fenty Hella Thick, and she's cute. And then the Charlotte Tilbury Push Up, and she's real cute, but I had to go back. To bronze the skin, I'm going in with my Benefit Hoola Treasure Island duo and using the bronzer So for blush, I'm going to use a brand that I've never tried before. I had a brand send me over six of their blushes, and it's called Koki. And so this one is in the shade Tender. This one's in the shade Star-Crossed, and see how they're like ombre? They're called gradient blushes. This one is in the shade Flushed. This one is in Heartthrob. This one is Bellissima, and this one is in the shade Tease. So I'm gonna go in with Tender today. Put a little bit because I don't know how pigmented it is. Okay, it's just enough pigment. It's not like overly pigmented where you have to be super careful. I like that it has like the deeper colors and then the lighter colors. So if you want like a deeper orange, and then you could take it all the way to a lighter, like a medium tone orange. So this one's the deeper orange. That's pretty. They're smooth and it has moderate pigmentation, just enough. So Sephora collection just launched some new velvet matte lipsticks, and I did pick up a couple of them. So I'm going to try the color 25, which is a matte orange color. I'm going to first line my lips with Charlotte Tilbury's lip liner in the color Pillow Talk 3. Y'all, this is super pigmented and it goes on so creamy and it feels super comfortable on the lips. You know how some matte lipsticks can just be super matte sometimes, like some of the MAC ones, that they almost are a bit abrasive to apply. This one's super creamy. I tried the nude shade yesterday, I want to say, and it's just as creamy. I'm gonna take my Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and this just slightly mattifies and gives it a more polished look. I'm gonna go back to the eyes. I feel like I need a little bit more amped up eyes. I'm gonna go into the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette and take the deepest, darkest brown, which is this one, and I'm gonna smoke out my top wing. So this is the final look. Comment down below if you've used any of these products that I used today. How do you use them? Every single thing that I used will be linked down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love, 'cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the answers,